Hi, my name is Samantha Mills, and this is my final video presentation for BADM 713 to analyze and examine my strengths and weaknesses pertaining to my use of motivational language as a manager or leader. I reviewed my results from the Chapter 4 MLT questionnaire, where I evaluated myself and the responses I received from the Chapter 10 MLQ survey that I passed out to my coworkers. Since at present I only supervise one other person, the other 4 responses came from coworkers that I work with on a day-to-day basis. So hopefully the information that I received from those surveys is fairly accurate as to how I can be as a leader. The first similarity that I found between the two is that while I believe that leaders should guide their subordinates, I think it's best to give them the tools to problem solve and carry out day-to-day tasks on their own. I found that my responses from my coworkers and my subordinate directly reflected that, as I received an average 3.7 in direction giving language. This puts me in between the some and a lot category, which once again correlates with how I evaluated myself. And I think that there is some major room for improvement in this area, and that I need to make sure that while I want my subordinates to be able to handle things by themselves, that I make sure I give them clear expectations and guidelines for how I want things done or how things should go to make the organization successful. I also received a 4.33 on empathetic language from the survey from my coworkers, and once again this directly tied into the results from my own evaluation, in which I found that giving adequate feedback and having strong communication with subordinates was absolutely crucial to being an effective and motivational leader. This is something that I firmly believe in and think is one of my major strengths to be a strong motivational leader. The final similarity that I found from the results when I evaluated myself is that while I do support things like socializing in the workplace to some extent, I definitely felt that it needed to be kept in moderation and limited to certain subjects. Based on the survey from my coworkers, I received an average 3.38 in meaning-making language, and that once again, that puts me in the some range for things like storytelling in the workplace. I think that this is another weakness that I have, in that sometimes this type of language can be extraordinarily helpful to subordinates, especially new hires. I think people can always learn from past mistakes and wins. So I think maybe improving this type of language is best. So I think to improve my ability to motivate others as a leader, I just need to make sure that I continue to focus on keeping open, strong communication channels and making sure, once again, that expectations are set by me for my subordinates and from my subordinates for me. There's never a cookie-cutter way to deal with any situation, but staying true to what I believe in as a leader and remaining consistent overall will allow for me to make my subordinates more successful and contribute to our organization's overall efficiency. Thanks very much.